This video is brought to you by BuyCheapMutCoins.com. Head on over to the website, link will be in the description below. Use the code Ryan at checkout for 5% off all your MUT coin purchases. BuyCheapMutCoins.com, link in the description below. Alright guys, so if you've been following me on Twitter, or if you've been seeing anything on Twitter or whatever, you would know that I have pretty much spent almost, well, I'm not going to say all my coins because I still have 930 reserves, a lot of things to sell and stuff like that, but I've spent a good bit of coins on a team. And I know you guys have been wanting to see some gameplays and stuff like that. And the pack and play, I know you guys want to see as well. But pack and play is going to be a little bit later on in the year. The reason being is I like to play pack and play when I have, you know, just endless amounts of coins, which I usually do at the end of MUT because I always, you know, do my thing. I get a lot of collections done. I do a lot of things, sell a lot of cards and stuff like that. And then, you know, once I have all that, I'll have unlimited coins, and I'll be able to play super teams. And I really like the idea of pack and play where you start off with a really, really poor team, and then you go up against, you know, crazy good teams. And then once you build your team that way, it gets a lot better. And it's a lot more fun to watch as a series than me, you know, going up against a team that's kind of like my skill level. In pack and play. You know, you weren't really getting that a lot last year. I'd play a lot of teams that were 99 overall with ultimate legends everywhere and stuff like that. So I think we're going to have a lot more fun doing it this way. And I kind of want to work on these MVP sets. I kind of want to work on MUT Master. And I think it'll be a lot more fun to do that. And I'm thinking about streaming a lot more as well. So definitely within the next coming weeks, I'll probably start streaming a little bit. And, you know, playing some head-to-head, doing some solos, working on some sets, working the auction block, maybe a live market Monday. That'd be pretty fun to do. But anyways, this is a lineup update video. And like I said, I'm going to have a lot of fun doing this. It makes me play MUT a lot more and play a lot more smart instead of just trying to build my coins as high as possible. I actually made a pretty good team. Now, these the players that I chose are players that I really, really like and I like to play with. So I probably could have gotten better players at some positions. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, though. No more talking. You're going to see the offense right ahead. And I can't really hide it or anything and show you one by one. But starting at quarterback, we got Team of the Week, Aaron Rodgers. Reason being is I haven't used Aaron Rodgers this year. I was going to pick Randall Cunningham, but I thought that'd be kind of too, I don't know the word for it, too predictable of me. Because I really like fast quarterbacks. I like the ability to throw long. And he mixed both well with his attributes. But Aaron Rodgers is more so, you know, a player that I've really just wanted to play with all year. And this is the cheaper version of Aaron Rodgers. His Football Outsiders is through the roof right now. If I'm able to get a ton more coins and, you know, win a lot more, you know, like games and stuff like that and get a lot more coins, maybe I'll upgrade him in the future. And you never know what else comes out. Maybe another card will come out that I want to play with. But Aaron Rodgers, to me, this card is actually really good. 80 speed is nice. I don't really run too much with my quarterback, but when I do, I want to make sure I'm able to run for the first down that I need. His throw power is through the roof. His throw accuracy is very nice. Medium, deep, and play action is all nice. His short is amazing. So, very good quarterback for me right there. Aaron Rodgers, one of my favorite players in the NFL. Jamal Charles, Team of the Week. Reason being, again, the Football Outsiders was a little too steep. And this one was a little bit more reasonable, around 130K. And, of course, Jamal Charles, one of my favorite players, again, in the NFL. 97 speed, 96 ball carrier vision, 98 elusiveness, and 71 trucking with 92 carrying. Very, very good player. Backup is Latavius Murray. If you guys need a budget running back, get Latavius Murray. The guy is an absolute stud. I recommend him. It's also Latavius Murray. We also got Jeremy Hill for another, you know, maybe cheaper version of Latavius Murray. He's another beast. And then all the way down here, another guy that I would recommend playing with if you guys have not yet is Team of the Week. Or I'm sorry, Football Outsiders. I always get those two mixed up. Football Outsiders, Antone Smith, 94 speed with 93 agility, 94 acceleration, 90 carrying. All three of these guys will be used on my team. Jeremy Hill won't because, like I said, he's pretty much the lower version of Latavius Murray. So, yeah, we're going to have to retire Jeremy Hill right there. Moving ahead here, fullback John Kuhn. And our receiver core is looking nasty. We had to get Vincent Jackson. Vincent Jackson, I'm going to say straight up, honestly, this card might be my favorite card in the game. 6'5", 90 speed, 94 spectacular catch, 96 release, 92 route running, 94 catch in traffic. Dude is just a straight up stud. I think Team of the Week, is it Team of the Week? Yeah, Team of the Week Mike Evans might be a little bit better than him, but not very much. Vincent Jackson's just a really fun player to play with. And also you see right there, you see Julio Jones, and we're just going to go to him, even though we could have just looked right there. Football Outsiders Julio Jones. This is one of the more expensive cards that I bought, just because I have not played with Julio this year, and this card looks nasty. 95 speed, 95 catching, 96 release, 87 route running with 93 catch in traffic, and 95 spectacular catch. Definitely a stud receiver, and I just got him just because I could, and I felt like he'd be fun to play with. And then another receiver, we had to bring back Sammy Watkins. Last year, MUT 13, I'm sorry, MUT 13, MUT 25. I always get my numbers mixed up because I like to do random numbers with the Maddens. Sammy Watkins Pack and Play was one of the most fun cards I've ever played with. It was just a base like gold card for his, I don't even know what they're called, just draft cards, I guess. And what a beast he is. I mean, look at this card right now. 94 speed, 93 catching, 94 spectacular catch, 92 release. He has 85 route running, which is kind of not as good as I would want for my slot receiver, but I kind of can't put him on the outside because these guys aren't really slot guys. Maybe Julio Jones I could put in the inside and have him run a bunch of good routes and stuff like that, but he's only 87 as well. And I think Vincent Jackson's actually low. So my guys aren't really known for, you know, running, well, 92, that's actually really nice. Can't put him in the slot, though. These guys aren't known for running, you know, crazy good routes and stuff like that. More often than not, I'm just going to set him on a fly or have him catch a ball in traffic or something like that. Maybe go down the middle. But no crazy, you know, zigs and stuff like that from these guys. Wide receiver number 4, just base set Demaryius Thomas. And you guys have probably already seen this card millions of times. Just something to have. Demaryius is one of the most fun receivers to play with. And then we have Rising Star Mike Evans, because why not? I mean, you got to have Mike Evans in there. He's a beast. Offensive line, we got the two 49ers base set cards here. My offensive line is pretty much tons of strength, tons of impact blocking, as you see here. 86 strength for Joe Staley, but that 97 impact block, that 95 run block, that's where it's at right there. His strength is rather low for what I would want, but, you know, it doesn't really matter in the long run, because do these attributes really matter for offensive linemen? We'll never know. Mike Iupati, wow, 96 strength, 94 run block. He has 73 pass block, which is terrible, but, you know, I had to grab him up. Why not? 95 impact blocking. We're going to be running more often than not, so if I get sacked and it's from, you know, it's Iupati's fault a bunch of times, maybe I'll upgrade him. Not too sure. John Sullivan, again, another guy with decent strength, decent impact blocking, nice run block, and mixes it in with a little bit of pass block. Just someone, you know, rather cheap. That was an elite card. Look cool. Why not grab him? We have Thanksgiving, Ultimate Feast, Kyle Long. Again, you know, there's a theme with all these guys. Like I said, good strength, decent block shed, or on block shed, decent impact blocking, and it mixes in run block and pass block very well. So offensive line really doesn't matter too much. Right here, we have Jimmy Graham at our tight end spot. And base set Jimmy Graham will be upgraded to MVP Delaney Walker once I finish the set. Trying to work on that. And Jimmy Graham, you know, you guys don't need to see Jimmy Graham. You already know what it is. And right now, I'm using Mike Evans at tight end number 2 for solo challenges just to mess around. But I will grab up someone else, maybe like a Julius Thomas, or maybe even keep Jimmy Graham once I get that MVP Delaney Walker. So that's the offense. Very fun offense to play with. And like I said, it's not the craziest team, but, you know, it's a really fun team for me. These are all kind of like my favorite players in the NFL. I really like all these guys, and that's pretty much why I got them. Also, Derek Carr is our backup quarterback, if you guys were wondering about that. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball here. Little bit of what am I trying to say here? A story behind this defense. So, Harrison Smith, I was trying to find a safety that combines speed, height, and hit power pretty well that wasn't too expensive, and I found Harrison Smith, so I grabbed him. Decent catching as well, so that's always nice. Eric Reed backing him up. Bernard Pollard. Here's where the story comes in. I'll show you guys here in a minute. Bernard Pollard, I have a friend that goes on my account and plays solos, and, you know, just he likes to play with my team and stuff like that. He helps me snipe cards. He actually sniped Bernard Pollard for 100 coins. I guess he was just browsing on some streams, found some guy that was streaming, and ended up sniping the Bernard Pollard for 100 coins. And I figured, you know what? Bernard Pollard, one of my favorite players in the NFL. 90 speed, he's got 87 tackle, he's got 90 zone, 90 pursuit, and 94 power, hit power. Why not put him on the team? Why not keep him for a little bit? If we got to sell him, we'll sell him. So, yeah, if anyone's interested in Bernard Pollard, I might be able to just change that up and sell him one of you guys. So, yeah, he's definitely movable. Same with James Harrison. I actually pulled this out of my flashback pack. I cannot sell it no matter what price I put it up for. No one seems to want it. I know it's worth a lot of coins, but it just doesn't seem like anyone wants him. But for now, I'm starting him at left outside linebacker, so you guys should already know about James Harrison, insane tackle, insane hit power, insane pursuit. He's all over the field making a bunch of plays. You know, he actually has some decent zone coverage as well, so he's actually able to play in the zones. And Luke Kuechly and Lance Briggs. Luke Kuechly, of course, everyone needs Luke Kuechly if you're making a team. One of the best linebackers in the game still to this day, and no one has even come close to him yet, in my opinion. And then Lance Briggs, 90 overall. Check out the speed on Lance Briggs. 93 speed, 94 tackle, 74 zone, which is decent. Very good catching for Lance Briggs as well. I don't really want to go down to it, but 95 play rec, very good player right there. And then backing up is Khalil Mack for both outside linebacker spots, and then, you know, Football Outsiders, Chris Borland, which is a beast. And then, of course, Clinton Dix is our backup strong safety, even though he's a free safety, because I haven't really, you know, fine-tuned the team yet. We have Jason McCourty at cornerback 1. Got to have Jason McCourty on the team. Card looks sick. I'm a big-time Titans fan. 92 speed for Jason McCourty. He also has 91 man, 95 zone, and 86 press, and 82 play rec. So that's actually very nice. Not even too sure what his catching is. I'll do this for the corners, because I know everyone wants to know what people's catching are. And he has 72 catch. So it's a little decent, not terrible. Pat Pete, on the other hand, look at that, 80 catching for him. That's nice. Of course, Pat Pete is our other cornerback at 88 overall with 95 speed, 92 man, and 90 zone. So that's a beast of a card. And then we have Sam Shields in the slot. This is definitely going to be upgraded at some point. But right now, 96 speed, 93 man with 86 zone. That's nice. I'll definitely keep that for now. We have Thanksgiving Suggs playing at left end. And this guy's a monster. 89 speed, 93 block shed, 96 tackle, 80 finesse move, 98 power move. Beast. And then another beast. I highly recommend this card. Just like Vincent Jackson. Very cheap in terms of if you have a lot of coins, why not spend them? Buy Justin Smith. Look at that. 94 block shed, 95 strength. He has 97 power move with 79 speed. I know a lot of people like speed on their pass rushers and stuff like that. Justin Smith may be a little bit slow, but he makes up for it and everything else. And then we have Ndamukong Suh and Jarrell Casey, because I am a Titans fan. Like I said, got to have Casey on there. Card looks sick. Then, of course, Ndamukong Suh is there right there. So, and then we have the two best, in my opinion, kickers and punters. Unless you want to get that Justin Tucker. Greg Zuerlein has the most kick power, I think, with 97, so he's a beast. But that's going to be the lineup update, guys. Like I said, I will be streaming soon. If you guys want to check out the team, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, watch some football. I'll talk to you guys later. Subscribe if you're new, and give the like if you enjoyed. Peace.